Guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. Because suddenly आदर ने याद दिलाया कि guys सब लोग ये सब जो हाइजीन अनाउंसमेंट है अब टॉप
Yes.
करते हैं. ठीक है, सब लोग लाइक शेयर. हम लोग ने 5 साल में आई थिंक कभी भी स्टार्ट नहीं किया है लाइक शेयर
Yes.
सब्सक्राइब के साथ.
I've
तो
never seen any channel do it at the 56th minute of their video. ये पहले होता था जब हम लोग 6 मिनट का स्केच बनाते थे ना, उसके बाद हम लोग कॉल टू एक्शन करते थे. हमको वही आदत लगी हुई है.
हाँ नहीं तो गाइस जस्ट रिमाइंडर, मेक श्योर यू लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब, शेयर द वीडियोस विद योर फ्रेंड्स फैमिली, कमेंट फॉर एंगेजमेंट एंड या बाय टिकट्स. चलो अभी
Yes.
सीधा चालू करते हैं शो, क्योंकि हमने हाइजीन
हम्म.
अनाउंसमेंट कर दिया है. उसके पहले लेते हैं इंट्रो. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, a show we take random shit, words of facts, such stories, and we talk about it. And boys, talking about personal stories, just this past weekend that we spent in Bangalore doing Makasam and in Delhi doing Comic Con, we have gotten so many stories to tell you guys. Because एक weekend में इतने सारे भंकस कैसे हो सकते हैं?
Dude, the number of people we have met who have said golden things, it's unbelievable.
It's
So,
unbelievable.
so let's start. I think we should start with we reached Bangalore for, by the way, I think it was the biggest Makasam show we've done so far.
Yeah.
There's a
Thank you,
lot of fun.
Bangalore.
Yes, thank you for everyone.
Always. Bangalore, you guys always surprise. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So now we've landed in Bangalore for the show and we've gone to our hotel. Okay. Now, as we enter the hotel, the three of us notice that there is like a lobby area downstairs, but the reception is not downstairs. It's on the fourth floor.
Fourth floor.
Now, the question is, what is downstairs then? Well, there are sofas downstairs, and on each sofa, there were about 4 sofas. On each sofa, there are a couple each. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a couple canoodling on each sofa.
No luggage. No luggage, by the way. It's not like people who are checking out, checking in. It's
Because-
just
No,
couples.
initially I thought they were waiting to get checked in. Oh, maybe
Yes.
there are couples checking into the hotel, but there was nothing down except couches, and every corner had a couple just, इधर जो reclamation पे और जू बीच पे बैठे थे ना
That's what.
couples.
मैं
But
बोल रहा था बैंगलोर में बीचेस नहीं है तो मे बी पीपल this is how they're using their space. पत्थर वत्थर नहीं है, थोड़ा ये second lobby of hotels.
So they are busy, okay, busy. And like we press for the lift, and as the lift is coming, it's just awkward because it's three dudes surrounded by these couples.
no, and they stopped whatever they were doing. They also get awkward.
Yeah,
It's, have you noticed when couples are making out or like canoodling next to other couples, they're fully on. But the minute a non-canoodler walks in, तो सब लोग रुक जाते हैं. नहीं यार, अभी तो नहीं कर सकते. I'm like, but
Non-canoodler.
But you remember, right? When we were
Yeah.
walking through, they also just stopped. And whereas there were still about 4 couples who were there, and they just stopped and they just started staring straight as if कुछ नहीं हो रहा है.
Yeah.
हाँ.
And then the
अरे
minute
भाई,
our
by
lift
the way,
goes,
there are two security guys who are standing outside. That is not bothering them at all.
nothing. So like as our lift doors have shut, right? You could almost like auditorily hear them resume.
Ah,
So we've gone to the reception. We've
ah.
on the fourth floor, and we've checked in. Now, as we've checked in, man, this was so weird. The person who was checking us in, right? She looks at me and she says, "Sir, make sure there are no guests coming to your room." I said, "Yeah, okay." Then she takes on more details. Then as she's handing something over, she said, "Make sure no guests, no guests." Okay, and she said it twice more, 4 times. She has, and I just wanted to tell her, bro, have you gone downstairs to the lobby once? Have you seen what is the general vibe of this place?
Kautuk, मेरा theory है ये. I feel that the reception people have no idea what the
Idea.
bottom reception people are doing. So I think it is the watchman who's running a side hustle to let couples have. तो वो अपना मिनी होटल चला रहा है, वो अपना होटल decent चला रहा है, और ऊपर दूसरा होटल है which is no guest
Basically,
hotel.
when you go up, you get rooms by the night, and downstairs you get couches by the hour. I think that's the that's the vibe. You go in,
Now-
sir, आपको couch पे बैठना है कि आपको room चाहिए? Let's see.
Now, you might be wondering, maybe the three boys walked in at the wrong time. Maybe it just so happened that there were 4 couples who happened to be there at that moment. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, that when we freshened up and we've headed down for our show, guess what happens when the lift doors open again? We see different couples on the
Yeah.
same sofas. Right? We've gone for our show, we finished the show. Now we've come back. Okay, it's around 12 in the night.
1:30 ब्रो
1:30 था ना? Late था
1:30
ना?
बहुत late आए हम
11:30
लोग।
बजे तो शो से निकले
Correct. Then we went to Rameshwaram. Then we
हाँ
Yeah.
finished all of that. Then we walked in at 1:30 in the night. We walk in. There is one couple still at it. Like that last Kitanu that doesn't die when you put hand wash. Yes.
it did end there they
अब
were
हम
there
जाके सो गए, हम जाके
सो
सो गए
गए।
आराम से कि अभी हम लोग को दिल्ली की फ्लाइट पकड़नी है बहुत जल्दी। तो हम लोग 5 बजे उठे हैं सुबह, 5:30 बजे, कि हम लोग को जल्दी एयरपोर्ट, एंड बैंगलोर एयरपोर्ट वी वर ऑलरेडी स्केर्ड कि
Yeah.
हम लोग पहुंचेंगे या नहीं।
Yeah.
We get out at 6:30 in the morning into the second lobby. Still,
Two couples.
public
Two.
the commitment कि हम 6:30 बजे सुबह से चालू करेंगे।
You know the
No,
weird
so
thing?
you know that begs the question. These people who are on the upstairs reception or the other hotel staff in general, do they have a separate exit? Like, do they not see these people? Do the watchmen see them come down and then ask the couples to hide? Because how are they so oblivious of what is happening down?
Thakur, the real question to ask is, why aren't the couples in the rooms?
Yeah.
तुम लोग रूम में क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो, bro? What the fuck?
आई थिंक वॉचमैन
weird.
के पास सीसीटीवी है, तो वो लिफ्ट में देख सकता है कि कौन सा स्टाफ वाफ नीचे आ रहा है, तो उन लोग को वार्न कर देता है, तो वो लोग जाके छुप जाते हैं। और दे जस्ट हाइड बिहाइंड द काउचेस। और just उठ के काउच के पीछे बैठ जाओ और फिर वापस काउच के आगे आ जाओ।
It was so bizarre. It was so bizarre. It was just, I've never seen like 24/7.
कोई तो है ब्रो यू नो दे शुड बी लाइक एक काम करो आप वैसे भी कपल्स इधर होते हो आप ही वॉचमैन बन जाओ ठीक है
हाँ,
आप पूरा टाइम नीचे रहोगे आप देख पाओगे कौन आ रहा है कौन जा रहा है थोड़ा ध्यान देना इमेजिन एंड यू लेट द कपल सिट देयर सिंपल ना
एंड दिस
रात भर चलते रहेगा उधर पब्लिक बट फॉर मी ब्रो आप अपार्ट फ्रॉम द शो दैट वाज अ हाईलाइट was that we did our after party at Rameshwaram Cafe. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It
Bro,
was
that
like,
was
it was quite something because we finished the show, right? And we were like, you know what, we want to eat something. And we had others friends. And one of them was a local Bangaloreite, Bengaluruite. So he was like, bro, Rameshwaram is open. Like, if you haven't gone, you must go. And I highly recommend. So we said, chalo, let's. And honestly, like, one of the best post-show meals we've had.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
when we were drunk on the ghee and the podi in the dosa and the idli, bro. इतना मेरा पेट ब्रो यू रिमेम्बर वी कॉल्ड फॉर द बेने डोसा खाया है तूने और मैंने देन दैट 30 इडली के ओके एंड यू एंड आई जस्ट स्टैंडिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ इट एंड वी सेड चल अभी आ गया तो एक बाइट तो लेंगे
but
ठीक है और ऐसे एक बाइट लिया है फिर अपने आप लाइक अ ड्रग एडिक्ट इट जस्ट ठप 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 माय बॉडी टेलिंग मी बस हो गया तूने बहुत खाया है बट आई जस्ट कुडंट स्टॉप ब्रो वी फिनिश्ड इट यू नो वी
yeah,
पॉलिश्ड द होल थिंग
usually,
and if you sorry before I forget this and if you want to know how they make it so tasty at one point of time Adar and I have gone inside to get juice and there's juice being made and on the side we see them assembling the idlis bro उधर ऐसे एक प्लेट है प्लेट में इडली है उससे 3 फुट दूर एक आदमी खड़ा है जिसके हाथ में ऐसे ऐसे घी का एक पैकेट है उसने कोना काटा है उसका छोटा
pouch.
खड्डा बना के उसने ऐसे स्क्वर्ट किया है एंड इट्स गॉन प्रोजेक्टाइल द घी हैज गॉन इनटू द 30 इडली ब्रो it was and he was
It
doing
is
it
a different,
casually
it's a different kind of golden shower, guys. It's something else entirely.
उसके ऊपर पोड़ी लगा हुआ ऐसे दूर से ऐसे स्क्वर्ट कर रहा है घी को और घी उड़ते हुए जाके इडली पे एंड इट्स फॉलोइंग एंड द अदर गाय हैज जस्ट सीन दैट टेकन अगेन पास कन्वेयर बेल्ट चलो 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 और वो उड़ाते जा रहे हैं
It's
पिचकारी
like a
जैसे
bartender, हाँ, it's like a bartender pouring drinks. So ऐसे कर करके वो बस ऐसे खड़ा है वहां पे और वो प्लेट पास 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 and it's just it's weird, mesmerizing, hypnotizing, and just like, oh
and
my
tasty
God, yeah,
Dude, that's what I was going to say. That usually you have like a dosa on which you have ghee. This was ghee on which you had dosa.
yeah.
It was
It's like,
just
अरे
ओह,
घी को सजाने के लिए कुछ तो चाहिए
कुछ
ना
तो
भाई.
चाहिए यार, ऐसे घी तो नहीं डाल सकते ना प्लेट में.
But this one thing about my friend who took us there, she was telling us about so she's North Indian.
Yeah, I remember
She's
this.
North Indian. And she married someone who's from Bangalore. And the first time she met her mother-in-law in Bangalore, the mother is like, I'm going to give you 30 idli today. अब वो 30 idli बोलती जा रही है, and this one has never registered 30 idli in her entire vocabulary in her life. Because for her, it's idli, dosa, these are the basic South Indian. You've not had that kind of 30 idli. अब उसको सुनाई दे रहा है टट्टे इडली. वो ठट्टे इडली बोलती जा रही है, and she's like, आप क्या दे रहे हो मेरे को? And she's getting scared the more the conversation is progressing.
No, and imagine she gets married and the first thing, for one of the first conversations with the mother-in-law is tatte idli, tatte idli, tatte. And she's like, kya idli? Like, tatte idli.
Tatte.
Kya? Tatte. Too funny, bro. But I think, after that meal, I didn't think I would get up. ब्रो अपन सुबह को कैसे उठे, मेरी
भाई.
आंख चिपक गई थी घी के साथ ब्रो. से आंख ही नहीं खुल रहा है, बोल रहे नहीं घी है इसके अंदर. But somehow we made it to Delhi, okay, where beautiful weather, apart from the fact that honestly, people say it, but once you go there, and we are coming from Bombay, ठीक है, ऐसा भी नहीं कि अपन कुछ एकदम क्लीन कुनूर से आ रहे हैं कि उधर है ही नहीं पोल्यूशन. ब्रो मेरे को तो खुजली हो रही थी नाक में. I could feel it instantly, like it was quite this, but the weather made up for it, I think.
Weather did make up for it. And by the way, we have to tell you this. Adar here, our friend Adar, since he's moved to London, his thermostat has genuinely changed. Alag.
Yeah.
Because we planned for the trip. We've accounted for Delhi winter, okay, which is actual real winter as opposed to the scam that we get in Bombay.
In Bombay.
So Varun and I diligently we've packed sweatshirts like thick, and we've come and we've worn them in Delhi. Adar has walked out of the hotel wearing half sleeves t-shirt and jeans and nothing else. Right? And
I don't understand Adar, bro. We've gone to hot places where he's worn a jacket.
हाँ.
तू गर्म जगह पे जैकेट पहनता है, मालूम है ना? तू टी शर्ट के ऊपर ओवर शर्ट जैकेट तू वो सब पहन के आता है, और दिल्ली में तू शर्ट में आ गया.
So you know what started happening? I've started burning easily.
What?
So if I don't cover myself, my skin
Did you just
becomes-
discover you're flammable?
No, it becomes red. So if I'm in the sun, my skin becomes. So I tend to wear something that I can, if I start getting hot on my forearm, I can extend the sleeve. But in cold places, I don't. So it's all about that comfort. So I'm trading, feeling hot for not burning. And there is just, I don't like. किसी ने मेरे को बोला कि टेम्परेचर क्या है दिल्ली में 13. ऐसे एक हाँ, इसमें मैं पजामे में ब्रेड लेने जाता हूँ सुबह. So it's not really a danger temperature for me.
धीरे धीरे आदर लगान मांगने लगेगा.
Yes.
So we did a show in Delhi. We had gone there for Comic Con and I think it was like really, really fun. Like we had people on stage, like a lot of, by the way, there were a few people who were on stage with us, Comic Con, who were proper TIS fans. So
Yeah.
they were just like, हम लोग को photo.
One of them literally told me, so we play a game with the audience and we invite people to come and participate on stage. So we had about 8 to 10 people come up on stage, out of which few of them were full like hardcore TIS fans. So he just come on stage, he's like, I don't want to play a game for a picture. He's like, I don't want to play a game. मेरे को फोटो
मेरे को एक ने बोला मेरे को सुपर हीरोज के बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है, मेरे को बस फोटो चाहिए. वो हाथ ऊपर करके इतना enthusiastically आया स्टेज पे.
Must. So we've done this, and after this Comic Con show, he said, let's go grab a drink, right? And Comic Con was nice enough to provide us a car, so we asked the driver to take us to. I think we got to Horse Cars Village. Didn't find anything very.
Yeah.
So we asked him.
No,
to
but
take us
we found something about horse cars which was very odd, and maybe people from Delhi can let us know in the comments. Okay, so 3 of us decided to go out, and we said horse cars because earlier we used to go to horse cars a lot. We had shows there. Like I'm talking about like 8-10 years back, and I hadn't been to anywhere around horse cars in the last 5-7 years. ठीक है, So I had a very different impression
Yeah.
of horse cast from earlier and what it's now. So हम लोग तीनों पहुंच गए. That entire stretch that you walk, we've been asked by at least 10 to 12 guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
क्या क्लब जाओगे? क्लब
Club.
जाओगे? And in a very like a shady with a after a point I'm like, is it code for something
Yeah.
else? क्लब जाओगे? क्लब
अरे
जाओगे?
but there's invasion of like your like personal space also. Like यहाँ तक आके
Yeah, they just
Just-
lean in, go like club जाओगे?
yeah, just
क्लब जाओगे?
The
अरे सुन
club?
तो लो. अरे
हाँ.
ऑफर तो सुनो. नहीं सुनने वाला तेरा ऑफर.
No, and they just literally they just say club जाओगे, right? And the tone in which they're saying it, right? It's so sinister.
Yeah.
It's like अगर मैं इसके साथ जाऊंगा तो पता नहीं कहाँ पहुंचूंगा.
क्या क्या ये क्लब है क्या?
Yeah.
हाँ. Anyway,
So-
so we've not found a place. So then I've realized that how Kautuk, Aadar and I turned into uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
which
we
was
got
ama-
disappointed. Yeah, we got disappointed and we're like, chalo, kahi, now we just want to sit and eat. So we realized, chalo, let's go to Khan Market. Khan Market will be restaurants, there'll be bars, you can just sit in because we just wanted a casual, chill evening and just have maybe one drink
Yeah,
together.
it's
Okay,
not
hey,
a
we had a
rager
good.
that we're looking for.
Yeah, we're not looking for a club rager, not a Delhi club
Yeah, we
rager.
don't want club जाओगे.
Yeah. So हम अपने ड्राइवर को बुलाते हैं, सर सॉरी प्लान चेंज जो एंड आई कॉल द ड्राइवर सो आई हैव दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन विद मी एंड आई कॉल हिम के सर हमको खान मार्केट जाना है यहाँ पे नहीं कुछ अच्छा मिल नहीं रहा तो द फर्स्ट थिंग वाज दिस साय दैट आई हर्ड ऑन द फोन बिकॉज आई थिंक उसने बहुत मुश्किल से अंदर गई पार्किंग ढूंढी थी और उसको वापस आना पड़ेगा गली में तो he finally comes out and now we are sitting in the car and we are planning ये करे अच्छा नहीं खान मार्केट जाते हैं ये करके and this driver is listening to us making these plans at one point I say how about we just pick some alcohol and then go to a hotel which is a nice hotel we are staying at वहां पे हम लोग खाना ऑर्डर करते हैं and we'll have a nice evening together because it's about us hanging out and the driver jumps on that idea he goes sir आप यही करिए प्लीज मैं आपको ले जाता हूँ आपको जहां पे कोई भी दारू चाहिए मैं दिलवा दूंगा आपको क्योंकि आज मुझे घर जाना है मेरी बिटिया का बर्थडे है
Oh man, like
एंड ऑल आवर हार्ट्स थ्री
yeah. I
अब
was
पता
just
नहीं
like say no
पिघल
more.
गए.
Say no more. I was just like बिटिया का birthday is main, right? Just drop us at just it literally was like मैं आपको ठेके पे छोड़ दूंगा आप वहां से उठा लो और I'll drop you to the hotel. So he said okay. Now, firstly, there is a huge difference when you say wine shop versus ठेका. Huge
Yeah.
difference, right? Because ठेका very different vibe. So we've gone all
Yeah.
around Delhi, right? And we wanted like what alcohol did we want, Thakur? Just like basic.
वी वांटेड
No,
tequila like Thakur
we-
and I हाँ हाँ
First we wanted tequila, but we didn't
Hmm.
want the entire bottle of tequila.
yes
Because इतना भी नहीं पीना है. Tequila
हाँ.
के miniature मिलते नहीं है. Then we said, oh, winter है, थोड़ा whiskey हो जाए. Single malt चाहिए, लेकिन single malt की भी पूरी बोतल नहीं चाहिए. मेरे को miniature चाहिए, तो 2-3 लेके chill. वो भी नहीं मिला. तो बहुत साल के बाद I went to the deep recesses of my mind and I'm like, दे दे भाई teachers 50.
Yeah, so Thakur's got teachers 50, okay, at this one deka. And so Aadar and I are like, okay, look, we're looking for vodka or gin. So
Hmm.
this guy says, sir, vodka, मैं देता हूँ, right? And he goes and pulls out these miniatures of this vodka called Smoke Lab,
Ugh.
which should have been the first indication. कि कुछ तो ये लैब में बन रहा है. This is like this is Breaking Bad.
उसमें बस वॉल्टर वाइट का धोपड़ा नहीं था other than that it was completely sus at this point कौतुक और मैं घासलेट पी रहे हम लोग को
एक-
पता नहीं है
No,
तुम
so
तुम
wait.
लोग इतना बिक गए ना उसके प्रमोशन से.
Promotion
सर
was the main.
इधर उसने सर सब लोग यही है आजकल यही चल रहा है सब यही पी रहा तुम लोग हाँ ठीक है छेद
Yeah,
दे
why
दो.
that man could have sold ice to an Eskimo. That man was he
Bro.
didn't deserve to be at a government distribution shop. He should have been at a nice like he could have been at a wine shop. This
No,
guy
no,
didn't need
he
to be
has
there.
he has told us this line, okay? So because we kept asking him, ये है, he says नहीं है, ये है, नहीं है, ये है, नहीं है. Then finally he gives up, okay? Because he's like we were asking him and he can't give us anything. So he looks at it and he says, sir, ये जो आप मांग रहे हो ना, वो आजकल नहीं मिलता है, क्योंकि दिल्ली दिल्ली नहीं रही. अब तो बिहार बन गई है. We're like, what?
And
Out of where? So,
And then as he's saying it, you can see hands come out now with like a 200 rupee note.
yeah,
If you see these tekas, right, it's fully swamped. Everybody's hands are just out with notes like that. And the guy behind the counter is a tap, tap, tap,
yeah, yeah.
tap.
yeah, that's
So-
what I feel. It's the difference between a wine shop and a ठेका is literally वो जो ऊपर लिखता है ना government approved distribution center. It looks like a distribution center कि जो पहला हाथ डाला उसको मिलेगा. And people are in a hurry. I've never seen people come with 500 rupees दे and immediately that same movement में अपना हाथ पॉकेट में डाल के निकल गए वो पूरा का पूरा अपना क्वार्टर.
It's yeah, you can sense the, like the hardened alcoholics, you can sense that in their body language. It's there. Like there's one tadap that is there. Then
Yeah.
he gets around. As soon as he sees the bottle, he snatches at it. And like he can't wait until he can just, you can it's one full thing.
Kautuk, please do that again.
I can't. I'm
Yeah.
All you Spotify and Apple music listeners, you should come on the YouTube video and see Kautuk enact a guy who's snatching alcohol at a
No.
dheka.
You have there was one guy, Thakur, you pulled me away from observing this guy more closely. There was a true blue drunk, okay, outside the theka. He was already swazzled and he's like, I
Yeah.
need more. So he's appeared, okay, and he's swaying like an orangutan. And he has walked up. He gets onto the footpath, okay. Now he's bleary eyed, and there's a man standing between him and the theka, okay. He's drunk. He sees the man, grabs hold of the man's shoulders, and starts doing.
He starts shaking the other guy.
Bro,
Yeah.
he's either trying to
fuck.
get balance or he's shaking the guy. Some shit is happening, okay. Now the man is also like, क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ?
बोलते, मैंने तो पी नहीं है. Why am I having trouble staying straight?
So he shakes off the hands of this guy. This guy then goes, he stumbles backwards and goes forward and sees the wine shop. His fucking brain like snaps into motion. He's like, this is it. Right? He rushes to a wine shop. Okay, and there's already a line of people. वो चढ़ गया उन पे. चढ़ गया.
लोगों पे.
हाँ, and he's like throwing me. He's like, दे मेरे को. तो मैं देख रहा हूँ ये और ठाकुर उधर से चल रहा है चल.
जैसे चीटियां, like if you put like ants and they're like rushing for something, na, it's just people climbing on top of each other.
Bro, I'm not kidding. अपन इधर बोल रहे क्यों? That's the difference between theka wine shop. I'll tell you one thing. Wine shop भी सिर्फ बोलने के लिए wine shop है, ठीक है? If you go to any of the wine shops in Bombay also, right before closing time, right before.
Yeah.
Okay, so if 11 o'clock they have to shut, you go to any of these at 10:55 and you see the zombies that fucking come out of the ground to these places. Bro, उधर एक के ऊपर एक लोग चढ़ रहे हैं. I don't know how the guy behind the counter knows किसका कितना पैसा है, उसको कौन सा देना है. Because सबके preferences अलग है ना. इसको एक quarter चाहिए, उसको संतरा, उसको ये, उसको वो. And they're able to
you
do
know
it.
what? These guys are the same as us when we have to have breakfast, which is going to shut at 10:30 in the hotel, and we reach the breakfast buffet at 10:25. And like
Always.
anda, toast, bagel, Danish,
Bro,
fruit.
मैं नीचे उतर रहा था, मैं on the way फोन कर दिया है. Costa our manager was traveling. We told him, अब कर तू बुर्जे घर में कौतुक से बात कर. कौतुक तू भी मंगा दे. Just अपने पास रहना चाहिए बैकअप कि अगर मैं आया और बंद हो गया तो कुछ तो है. क्योंकि if I leave the hotel without the breakfast, my whole day goes bad, bro. Whole day goes just like shit, यार. क्या
वहाँ पे
मजा
डोसा बन रहा है तो वरुण आके करके पकड़ रहा है like a drunk.
By the way, one second, before we move ahead from this topic, you were talking about that guy who came, like that. And you think about thekas and wine shops. You want to know the true blue beauties that you'll find. You go down south to Kerala. I had gone there to shoot for a film. Back 12-13 साल पहले, ठीक है? और हम लोग we had a shoot on Monday, Tuesday, then break for 2 days, and then again Friday, Saturday type. So we're like, who'll come back to Bombay? I'll rather stay there only. तो उधर ही हम लोग एक्सटेंड करें, रह रहे अभी क्या करें, शूट नहीं है तो चल पीने चलते. तो हम लोग जो अल्कोहल की दुकान है वहां पर गए, एंड इफ यू एवर बिन देयर ब्रो, उसका कैसा है मन में दुकान, अभी ये विंडो है ना,
Hmm.
तो जाली है,
Yeah.
जाली है, एंड ओनली दिस मच
Yeah.
इज ओपन, बिकॉज उसके थ्रू उसका ऐसा बाटली बाहर आएगा, बस दे डोंट कीप ओपन मोर देन दैट, ठीक है। एंड आई वाज लाइक डूड दिस इज लिटिल इंटरेस्टिंग, क्या चल रहा है इधर, एंड देन केम अ लाइन ऑफ ड्रंक्स. Have you seen people who are so drunk their eyes are yellow in color? Yellow.
They're
Yeah.
jaundiced.
Yellow, bro. Yellow और red का एक अजीब मिश्रण है. ऐसे. They have come like that to the store. It's not they're going to take alcohol and then become that. They have come like that.
Need
This
more
is top
alcohol.
up. This is top
If
up.
their eyes are yellow, their kidneys have already shut down.
They probably have.
They're jaundiced if their eyes are yellow.
But
Bro, it's
there was, I think I remember hearing from some friends of us who are from Kerala, who are like, it's a huge problem where
yeah.
they also shut the shops at like 4 o'clock and stuff so that you don't, like, it doesn't go in, right
But
into
the thing is, it's sold out by
it's sold
by
out by
4
Yeah.
by 4 p.m. it's sold out. No, so I think the government did this thing where when the salary would come, it would go to the wife's account. Because if
Ah.
it went to the husband's account, a lot of them would spend it on alcohol and then nothing would be left for ghar ka kharcha and all of that. So apparently it started coming in the wife's account. That was one thing I heard. The other thing was that they shut a lot of liquor shops. ठीक है, so then people just started crossing over to तमिलनाडु.
Oi, yeah.
तो तमिलनाडु के बॉर्डर पे खुल गए बहुत सारे और बार बार ये वो, बिकॉज इट्स जस्ट वन बॉर्डर क्रॉस किया, चले गया उधर जाके, फिर ऐसे सुनने में आया. आई डोंट नो हाउ मच ऑफ इट इज.
There was a Times of India feature on a similar situation happening in Bihar. तो बिहार में prohibition लग गया. तो one is that obviously much like in a lot of states जहाँ prohibition है, it's not really, it's not the way. It's just that it's like it's become more illegal. So it's become क्या बोलते हैं? It's just become a new, like you just have to. It's alcoholism with
It's
extra.
another hurdle. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just another hurdle you gotta get around. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just have to like know the right people, call them. So it's one full new corruption thing springs out of it. And people started going to UP. So वो border areas में तो those border areas have just become like bars now. That whole section.
So the border is defined by the line of bars now. It's just आप लोग यही- which is how
बढ़िया.
a drunk anyway walks. So that is the border now. जैसा चल के जा रहे हैं हम लोग, यही border है अभी.
But bro,
Great way to
I
display the
and
UP border.
if we thought after all of these incredible events that have happened with us just in a span of a day and a half, right? We've taken that alcohol and we've gone to our hotel rooms, and like uncles, Kautuk, Aadar and I have sat. We made a drink called for chicken tikka, spring roll. Could you be more uncle than calling for chicken tikka and spring roll?
The worst combination of food. We have ordered meze platter with chicken tikka
You
and
have
khao
ordered meze platter with khausue. Sale.
The only thing missing was us exchanging stock tips and reading WhatsApp forwards to each other. That's it.
That's it.
That
That's
would have
it,
been
yeah.
complete. So
But
we've done, yeah.
we've
Instead
done
of that,
instead of that, yeah. And it happened so organically. Okay, so Adar and I are sitting on the bed, Kautuk is sitting on the table across. Hey, we're drinking, chilling, talking. अरे ये वो. Suddenly, Kautuk एक कुछ बॉलीवुड का सवाल पूछ लेता अपने से ना randomly.
Yeah, it was
which
like
Kautuk thought would be tough. Which Kautuk thought would be tough
It
for
started.
us.
It started with us having a conversation about Bollywood, and I
You were watching videos on Twitter. You were watching Salman and Ajay Devgan videos on Twitter.
Yeah.
और तू वो करते करते तेरे
In
दिमाग में
case you
कुछ
were
सवाल-
wondering what drunk Kautuk does.
No, and in case you're wondering how our shows are the way they are, this is the research that goes.
बोल Kautuk.
I saw something on the internet and I was like, you know what? I want to I want to look this up. What is this thing? So I look it up on Wikipedia, and I forget now what the actual starting point was, like what that fact. But I asked the two of them who were sitting on the bed. I said, guys, do you know what this is? And from there, we have started what I can only describe as the Bonvita Bollywood quiz show. It was weird thing where like I kept finding Wikipedia pages of actors, movies, etc. And I would ask them a question of them. Okay. And these two Bollywood aficionados would eventually figure it out, give me an answer. At which point, then I would give them a choice. Like, do you want to go into which Wikipedia hyperlink do you want me to click on next? And ऐसे करके we've done like one.
Bro, 3 घंटा चला है, by the way. Let me tell you that quiz, that impromptu do as you go Bollywood quiz that Kautuk started doing lasted 3 hours, and we have laughed our guts out because just remembering things, उसके ऊपर banter. So
So
can't wait to
basically,
do
guys,
this for
what
you
we want to
guys.
say is there is a new format. There is a new format.
Yeah, but we might do this soon if you're interested about
Yes.
hearing about this. Let us know in the comments. We'll figure it out. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, but uh, here's what happens the next morning.
The icing on the cake.
Oh, this is.
अरे भाई.
And by the way, before we tell you what the story is, we just want to tell you if you had to describe Delhi in one anecdote, this is probably it. Okay.
Hmm.
So here's what happens. So the next morning we have a leisurely breakfast because our flight is at 1 in the afternoon. So we've eventually gotten to the airport and we're going through security. Okay. Now Aadar, because he carries a guitar, etc., he finds the shortest possible security this thing to put his bags through.
They let me through to the crew wala because my guitar never fits in that tray, which I'm very
Yes.
thankful for. So I go that side.
Yes. Meanwhile, Varun and I have gone to another counter where we put all our the carry-on stuff and all our belongings into the tray, send the tray through. Now, when you send the tray through, you then have to walk through the scanners and find a security guard who will pat you down, right? Now, Thakur, what has happened at this point?
So I've put my thing. I'm here standing. सामने मेरे metal detector. One guy just finished getting frisked. He's going. It's my turn to walk ahead. But as I walk ahead, a dude just goes around me. He overtakes me, chest out, hands swinging like that. Okay, if you're on Spotify, please come to 36-minute time code and see me. This is
Or
literally
just buy a ticket to Delhi.
to Delhi and
Listen to
and
this podcast.
and witness this person in person. So he's just like walked like that around me as if to see I don't exist. So I'm like, excuse me. And that guy, the security guy, is also like, hello, आपको line में आना है. So this guy turns around, realizes, oh, it's not my turn. Surprise, surprise. It was the turn of the guy who was next. Oh shit. Turns around. On his way out, he looks at me. So I give him a dirty look and I'm like, boss, दिख रहा नहीं क्या आपको? And as I say it, I cross to go ahead. He has gone back and Kautuk has taken my side being like, Arey, he was standing in line. You have just crossed in. You've just gone ahead. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. And his response is, क्या तकलीफ है भाई? Full stop.
नहीं,
Yeah.
लेकिन वापस आ गया ना.
No,
वापस तो आ गया मैं.
So exactly. So he comes back, right? And the personality, the walk, the everything was just chawed on steroids. Okay, this guy has chawed his way in, then chawed his way back. And I've told him कि bro, meaning ये line वाइन कुछ नहीं दिखा आपको. तो he says, अरे क्या दिक्कत है भाई?
हाँ.
Then I
आ
said,
गया ना वापस.
हाँ.
आ गया ना वापस.
आ गया ना वापस. So I said, हाँ पर meaning आपको पता नहीं था कि आपने लाइन काटा ये वो कुछ भी नहीं, मीनिंग कोई आप रिवोर्स नहीं आपको. तो he says, भाई देखो
भाई
जो
रिमोट
होगा
तो
हो
घर
गया.
पे होता है. रिमोट तो टीवी का होता है. मेरे को नहीं है रिमोट.
मैं अभी पीछे खड़ा हूं ना आपके, आप जाओ. This has happened. Okay, now I've crossed. Okay, I've met Thakur. Thakur is laughing because he
No, once again, before I saw, so मैं दूर से देख रहा हूँ ठाकुर getting frisked. I see, and this is the wrong guy. This is another dude apparently
Yeah,
who
yeah.
has crossed over before Kautuk, and now is एक तो छोटा सा वो फुटस्टूल होता है ना, एप्पल बॉक्स होता है जिसपे तुम खड़े रहते हो और फिर वो तुमको फ्रिस्क करता है. This guy has walked up and is assuming he's almost climbed on the same apple box as Varun के दोनों का साथ में तू डंडा घुमा ले और हम लोग निकल जाएंगे. And I've seen the security guy shout at him and make him go back. So I'm
But
like, something
imagine
is
this security guy on a daily basis has to just see, because when I went up to the security guard and I said, sir, आपने बोलना चाहिए ना ऐसे लोगों को कुछ, तो he is literally looked at me with the defeated expression कि मैं क्या बोलूं इनको, ये daily basis पे करते हैं लोग. He was also fried. He's like, अरे ऐसे ही करते हैं इधर, क्या कर रहे हैं अभी हम.
बस मैं
But
तो
So
खुश हूँ, वो मुझे पकड़ के ऐसे हिल रहा नहीं है. मैं उसके लिए खुश.
but other the comeuppance was so sweet. Okay, so
हाँ.
I have crossed over eventually after these two guys have cut across. Thakur is finished. I get my frisking done. And by the way, here's the other thing that happened. Thakur, I don't know if you noticed this. So I got frisked first, right? So he's frisking me. Then he tells you to turn around. So when I've turned around, I'm facing. क्या दिक्कत है? Okay. So he's not making eye contact. Okay, he's just like he's looking everywhere but at me. So I get off, right? And then क्या दिक्कत है has walked straight through the metal detectors. Okay, now this is his moment, right? He's like मैं अब time पे हूँ. And he's walked through it, and the security guard has told him, भाई वापस जा क्योंकि तू जैकेट पहना है.
जैकेट निकाल,
अरे
निकाल. तो उसको वापस जाना पड़ा है while another dude has come. So this
Yeah.
guy, if he would have just waited behind me, calm, composed, done, he would have crossed over, nothing would have happened. But तीन लोग उसके पहले गए हैं and he has been rejected, gone, told to stand in the line again, give the jacket and come back. Sweet, sweet revenge for
Bro,
क्या दिक्कत है भाई.
and the thing is, it's not about, it's literally, this is one of my like pet peeves. Like the thing that gets me really upset is not that people make mistakes. Everyone does. It's the people who have no, like who don't acknowledge that they have made a mistake. And
Mistake,
yeah,
yeah.
they have no remote.
they have no remote. They have no remote. And they and instead of saying चल sorry, forget sorry तो बहुत दूर की बात है. But instead of saying sorry, जो तुम पे चढ़ते हैं, as if कि
हाँ.
तुमने
Yeah,
गलती की उनके गलती को point out करके, those fuckers,
yeah.
it really boils
No,
me.
and I'll never forget the audacity for क्या दिक्कत है भाई,
हाँ,
क्या दिक्कत है भाई. And it's just, oh bro, I can hear it. I can hear it, and it's
it's
just
a
like,
mix of entitlement and ego and it's everything.
no, like, there's times when you've seen people for whom it's their first time on
Hmm.
on a flight at an airport, so that you can still give them the benefit of the doubt that they've not done this before or don't do it often, and hence they are a little confused or something. That doesn't annoy me because it's coming from a genuine place. This dude looked like he travels quite often.
No, and forget it. Even if he had first time, second time, third time, it doesn't matter. The fact that like तूने गलती करके, चल मानने का भी बात नहीं है, but you just like the audacity to fucking make it your fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was
हाँ.
upset
To
that we had
gaslight
asked.
you. To
Yeah,
gaslight
exactly.
you.
Like it was basically just this guy being aggressive with someone who's just like who was following the rules. Was like, bro, we are standing behind. हम लोग क्या चूतिए हैं क्या इधर खड़े हैं? ये तेरा
Also,
दुनिया है जिसमें तू ऐसे चल के जाता है तो ठीक है, I guess.
also on the way to the airport, we are in the taxi, and this is Delhi. We're headed to Indira Gandhi Airport, and somebody rams our taxi from behind. There's a bike, and all three of us are like, क्योंकि now अभी हम लोग का another 15 मिनट वेस्ट हो गया क्योंकि अभी ये ड्राइवर निकलेगा, लड़ाई करेगा. Our driver
Ah.
is zen. He's like, सर कुछ करोगे आप? नहीं. उसके बाद पैसे नहीं है मुझे देने के लिए, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है उससे लड़ने के लिए. अब क्या कर सकते हैं? आपको एयरपोर्ट छोड़ेंगे. Yes, no fucks.
Beautiful.
क्योंकि दिस वाज बॉम्बे, कुछ तो निकल के होता ना, क्या बे तू क्या, क्या तूने किया, ये कुछ नहीं. दीवा इसलिए कुछ बोलोगे नहीं, नहीं नहीं ऐसे देखो ना, ही इज पॉइंटिंग द रेयर व्यू, ही शोइंग मी, इधर देखो, देख कौन है. पढ़ने से ये क्या है, ही इज ऑन बोर्ड.
इसके पास थर्ड पार्टी इंश्योरेंस भी नहीं होएगा. आपको क्या लगता है मेरे को क्या मिलने वाला है?
Bro, I think this is the dichotomy of Delhi. It's people saying क्या दिक्कत है and people going कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है. Like,
कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है, दैट्स इट. पूरा पूरा स्पेक्ट्रम,
Fin.
करेक्ट. फिन.
भाई
But like we got to address like the man of the hour. मतलब इधर तो अपन ने अपने stories बोले, लेकिन one human being who has dominated the news cycle for the last very many days and will continue
Yeah.
to when this episode comes out is
Bawa.
Luigi.
Oh, sorry.
Bawa. Yeah, unfortunately, Bawa has not killed any CEO or shot any CEO yet. But Luigi Mangione. So unless you're living under a rock, you will have heard about this dude because the first days that it happened, I remember we were traveling. This was when we were traveling for the show.
Yeah.
And there's that picture of him that had released with that hat and everything. And from that day on till now, it has been crazy revelation after revelation for this,
Bro,
right? What have you guys have?
I remember being at Mumbai airport. We were taking off for Bangalore and we were at McDonald's having food. And I remember telling Varun and Aadar about this case because it had recently broken up.
Just happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
And the thing about it that I think immediately caught everyone's attention and it was all over like the news immediately was because it was so theatrical. It was so over the top. It was so movie-like, like cinematic. Like it was, I mean, and I don't mean this, like obviously it was a killing, right? But there were so many elements about this that was just meant to be nibbled at by the news. So, for example, I remember telling these guys, dude, this guy has found out that the CEO, Brian Thompson, of an insurance company called United Healthcare,
Yeah.
a meeting at 7 or something in the morning, and he was staying at this hotel. And at 6:30, when this CEO has come down, there's a CCTV camera footage of this killer wearing a hoodie and a backpack, calmly walking up to the CEO and shooting him in the back. There was a witness who saw this.
God damn.
The
Yeah.
witness saw this shooting take place and ran away screaming for their life. The killer has not flinched, right? He has literally finished this thing, turned around and walked away as if, he was just out for a smoke, and had finished his smoke and had left. He just walked away. What has happened next is got onto a bicycle, got into Central Park and vanishes, right? So the cops later find that on 3 of the bullets, he had inscribed words. The words were delayed, deny, and defend.
Defend.
Right. And that one sort of like nugget, like to have a killer do this, it's something straight out of like one of those thriller books.
Yeah.
And it is because this book, Delay, Deny, Defend, has now jumped up to number 2 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Number 2. It's because it was about the tactics of the insurance companies, how they stop you from getting stop you from
payouts.
giving your claim payouts.
Yeah.
And that's how the company makes money essentially.
So this was one aspect of it. The second aspect that I remember telling these guys, and it was so crazy, was they had one picture of this alleged killer, and it was a picture taken at a Starbucks or something like that.
No, it's a McDonald's in Pennsylvania.
No.
That's where he got caught.
The first
That's where he got caught after 5 days. Yeah.
It was somewhere where this guy had walked into a place and there was a woman behind a counter who had to speak to him. It was either a Starbucks.
Oh, sorry. This was a hostel that he had checked into. So she asked him to remove the mask. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently, according to some news sources, this guy removed his mask because he was flirting with this receptionist. Okay, so पहले तो ये, okay, flirt कर रहा है. And that's why there's a screen grab of this guy's face. Very smiling.
Right.
He's got this broad smile. Clearly like the flirting wala smile. Right? And so now imagine like this thing coupled with all of this other stuff that has gone down. It's media gunpowder. So phad gaya hai case. Right? And now here's the other thing that's happened. Crazily enough, this person nobody knew who he was at this point, and yet people were cheering on this anonymous masked crusader, right?
Yeah.
Like straight out of Joker. This guy has become like anti-villain, right? Anti-hero, sorry. He's become like one full like, oh, he's the the guy.
No, also he's become like the poster boy for the fight against your like your big pharma,
The man, yeah.
Because there is also, if you look at the profile of the guy, he's not Like it's a very not expected to do this kind of a thing
Yeah.
profile, right?
Ivy
Ivy
League,
League. I
computer science engineer.
One of the
He was
richest
a,
families from Maryland.
yeah.
So he's
And
gone
like
that. He's
they've got
gotten.
like property, so apparently they've got a bunch of senior care centers and stuff like that. So maybe that was everybody was
Bro,
assuming
they've
that's his
the family
relationship to
has
insurance.
family
Huh.
has bought a country club. He has somebody in his family who's also a Republican senator, governor, one of the things in government. ठीक है?
Hmm.
But तो ये सब तो उन लोगों के इसमें चल रहा था. One more thing I forgot, which was really like I was like, fuck, how is this dude getting into this? Oh my God.
Like he was also a valedictorian, and
Valedictorian.
yeah.
He was a valedictorian from his school, college.
Yeah.
And so this is completely not the profile that you expect, but
So
insane.
no, what has happened is because it's media gunpowder, anybody and everyone who has any semblance of a relationship or possibility, they are interviewing his classmates from 8th standard.
Yeah.
There are
Bro, that's
guys who are
classic.
coming on TV. I know him from 8th standard. He was a good leader. And there are interviews coming. And then after that, the content creators start jumping on it. Where
Yeah.
there is a plastic surgeon reacts video
Yeah.
that I have found, where a plastic surgeon is sitting. Arey yaar. So where a plastic surgeon sits down and goes, this nose. And this is I'm going to verbatim say what the plastic surgeon said about this guy. He goes, he has thicker eyebrows compared to the suspect. He's got almond-shaped eyes. The nose analysis shows that it is bulbous at the bottom. His bottom lip is fuller than the upper lip, which is the same as the suspect. His upper tooth show is complete in his smile, which is the same. Basically saying everything that the media has already said, that this man is this man. But he's just, plastic surgeon. And now I'm going
Dude,
to hit my audience.
when it comes to media frenzy, right, after a case such as this that sort of erupts, then they are jumping and grabbing onto anything. When this Riya Chakrabarti wala scene hua tha Sushant ke time pe, I remember they had caught the Swiggy guy or the Zomato guy. कि किसी को भी कुछ भी पूछो, आप उसके घर पे गए, क्या खाया था उसने, क्या खाया था, तो वो भी डर रहा है कि मतलब मैं तो डिलीवरी करना है बॉस, मेरा कुछ नहीं है कनेक्शन, उसको भी पूछ रहे. So they spoke to his landlord, okay, and the landlord has put a statement out saying that he had a debilitating back injury that made it difficult for him to get intimate. ठीक है? And the comment below that was, why the fuck does the landlord know this detail? What the fuck? That is so random.
And the thing is, I feel like the landlord knew it because the landlord was surprised कि ये भाई तू मेरे घर में ये क्यों नहीं कर रहा है?
But why is the landlord talking about him being intimate? Why is this information? And this is on the New York Times, by the way. This is a New York Post. Sorry, this is a New York Post article with the landlord. Interviews with the landlord.
His landlord was waiting कि ये 26 साल का लौंडा है, कुछ तो करेगा मेरे घर में, मैं नजर रखता हूँ. And then just months have passed and nothing has happened. And he's like, he's ringing the bell and he's like, भाई सब ठीक है ना?
It's like, you don't do party. I'm not hearing any music at 1:30. No thudding on my ceiling.
पीठ में
No smell of weed. What? Are you okay? Is everything fine? Yes, I have debilitating back injury. Oh, I guess he's not being intimate.
अच्छा, by the way, ये इसको जब रेंट किया आएगा, because landlord asks for stuff, ना? It's like, अच्छा, आपका credit history, अच्छा, do you have any pending criminal inquiry? Oh, nothing. Are you able to perform section? Why is this part of a contract?
But here's the other thing, right? Ki this whole incident, it like now the biggest sort of like क्या बोलते हैं, the conjecture is that this guy he had a very like outdoorsy life. He used to go surfing, hiking, etc. And then he had this back problem, got surgery for it, and it got so bad that and whatever the insurance wasn't paying for it, whatever was happening, that it's because of the back pain that he killed him. That's one of the theories, most popular theories at the time of this recording. And I just feel like that just tells you how bad back pain is. Ki a guy will make a 3D printed gun, write letters on bullets and go shoot a person. Like that's how bad back pain is. And as someone who,
dude, in fact, his Twitter profile also has the cover image or something is the image of his X-ray where you can see the spine and you can see उसके अंदर ये सब डाला
चार
हुआ है,
स्क्रू है, हाँ, it's
स्क्रू
like,
डाले हुए हैं.
Dude,
yeah.
like so I also have an extremely sedentary writer lifestyle, right? I sit at a place, just do this, and occasionally, like I've had these like lower back pains, bro. And honestly, like when you start getting them, right, and this is true for any kind of chronic pain, to be honest, it's all you can think about. It's
Yeah.
all you can think about. By the way,
So,
you don't
some
kill people
Bollywood
because of
trivia.
it, but
No,
yeah,
some Bollywood trivia. Sunny Deol, for years, and this is commendable to the fact that he can still stand, and because my father has had slip discs, Sunny Deol has had way worse than my father. Like because my dad knew him personally from college and stuff. So it's the way my dad describes it. It's worse. No wonder he screams so much. There is there is no other outlet because it's insane, and I've injured my back before. It's like you can't do
So,
anything.
so you think Sunny Deol without back pain would have been would have been an actor who acts with his eyes and he's very like
yeah,
Yeah,
just
very
like that,
very
and because he
yeah
has debilitating back pain, his doctor is like channelize it.
yeah.
Just
वो
उसके
जाके
बाद नाम डाल दे.
मैं टैंक को मारूं. I need a tank to take my जेपी दत्ता को फोन करो.
He's like, सर आप सिर्फ बैक बैक को गाली दे रहे हो, उसमें बैक को रिप्लेस करके बलवंत राय बोल दो सर. बैक आपकी बलवंत राय, बलवंत राय. Fuck, that feels good. Nominations for best actor.
he goes to a chiropractor. He goes to a chiropractor, and the chiropractor is like, "Sir, मैं adjust करूं? Sir, मैं adjust करूं? अरे तो कर ना!"
हाँ तो लेना फोटो.
वो कायरोप्रैक्टर के सारे नलके खींच के निकाल रहा है. सही निकाल
मेरे
ऐसा चाहिए. I think he was just showing people how he wants his back when he was pulling the hand pump out. He's like, this is how my back needs to look.
So my friend put a very funny post out yesterday. He said, "I'm going to a chiropractor today, hoping to become the first guy they use to put a reel out." तो देखा है ना, chiropractor के reel सब
भाई,
हॉट लड़कियों के साथ ही होते हैं, ठीक है, और उसमें millions of views, bro. There is
dude, it's
bajillion views of hot
so
girls getting chiropracticed by chiropractor.
I
Chiropractic.
chiropractic is great.
You have just
I
you have equaled non-canoodler in the same podcast. Well done, Thakur.
I came back from Bangkok, and now we've done a series of massages and this and that, and गर्दन वर्दन घुमा के से एक बार ट्राई करते हैं. तो मैं अपर्णा दोनों ये करके आए. And then my mother starts sending us videos and links of two people who have died
Yeah, yeah.
because some random massage guy decided to crack someone's neck, and now I am so petrified कि
Bro, by
I
the way,
shouldn't be taking those risks.
a lot of the science on chiropractic is very sus. So
Hmm.
please don't chiropract without looking up
Yeah,
shit.
proper like research and everything.
Bro, I'll tell you where I got chiropractic once. मैं गोवा में था last year, ठीक है, and we were at a gig. उधर proper बज रहा है techno music, हम लोग नाच रहे हैं, and suddenly Nikita comes out of somewhere and she's gotten this guy. Listen, babe, please let him just do your neck. So I was like, babe, what is in the middle of us? Suddenly तू किसी को लेके आई लड़के को, बोले let him do your neck. तो कौन है? So she met him near the bar, okay, and this guy come, he was doing chiropractic या जो भी कर रहा था, अलग अलग उसके दोस्तों पे. निकिता saw it happen, she like, wow, what the hell is this? Like he said, oh, I'm a trained chiropractor, ये वो. तो उसने किया, एंड उसके नेक में पेन था, चले गया, ठीक है, इमीडिएटली. तो शी हैज कम एंड शी हैज सेड, अभी तू कर. ब्रो, आई वाज सो स्कैर्ड बिकॉज
Oh,
इन योर हेड, एक तो रैंडमली ना हम कोई, वो मुझे क्या मालूम वो कौन सा कायरोप्रैक्टर है, क्या है उसकी
you
Also,
डिग्री
know
there's
क्या
a
what
है.
it
good
is?
chance he's a drunk chiropractor right now at this party in Goa.
That's true. And also, Thakur, you know what it is? I've realized why that unease happens, right? That chiropractic thing, it looks like WWE moves without the finisher.
विदाउट
Yeah,
फिनिशर, करेक्ट
Like तू
करेक्ट.
सब वही पोजीशन में आके तू बस tombstone नहीं दे रहा है. That's the only difference.
yeah. There's a thin line between a medical procedure and an action movie ender. It's just it's like,
Bro, but I let him do
okay.
it. I let him do it for me,
Of
and it was
course.
good. And it was good.
Good.
And I was so scared because वो करने की कोशिश कर रहा है ना, I'm also holding it tight ना, ऐसे कि नहीं भाई.
Yeah.
तो नो जस्ट लेट इट बी लूज. अब अरे बट मेरे को तेरे पे भरोसा नहीं है ब्रो, मैं लेट इट बी लूज, तूने उल्टी कर दिया, मुंडी उल्टी हो गई तो. एनीवे,
Yeah.
coming
Okay,
back
coming back.
to
Yeah. So
Mangione.
the thing is now the weird support that has started being generated towards
No,
the
so
guy.
1 second. I want to talk for a second about
Huh.
before we get to the support and the circus that has followed after. But
Hmm.
dude, the way he got caught, it's
Yes.
so strange and odd and everything. Like, so he is a suspect has left NYC. Suspect is on the loose. No one knows where suspect is. Then पता चला कि suspect has been apprehended from a McDonald's. Okay. And
तो
why?
पहले तो दो रिवॉर्ड निकला है. तो पहले 10,000 का रिवॉर्ड पुलिस ने डाला. Then the FBI got involved. So then the reward got increased to 50,000. So now his face is plastered in a lot of places. Just
And
that one. Yeah.
no, and that smiling, flirty.
Yeah.
So some person saw this guy at the McDonald's and has called the cops, and they were right. I think the person was working at McDonald's, right? Aadar?
Yes. Huh.
He's a person working at McDonald's behind the counter.
Hmm.
Imagine. So on one end, this Mangione has been hailed as, oh, this guy is actually going to do something. Because the wave of public sympathy is insane, by the way, with him. In terms of our stand, it is wrong. Huh? So don't think we are glorifying, no matter how right your intentions are.
Yeah.
Killing somebody is never the answer. So
Never.
that aside, so we don't support any of that in case somebody is getting a wrong meaning out of our podcast. अरे टेस्ट बोला अच्छा है नहीं जो किया वो गलत है
No.
वो गलत है ठीक
चल
है
मैं अब भी लोड कर रहा हूँ घर. अच्छा तूने
अरे
बोला
यार
नहीं. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है चल.
हाँ ठीक है रख दो अपना घर सब गन बिन रख दो but so he has been caught at a McDonald's because I feel like most people who go to a McDonald's he also must not have had his order prepared beforehand. तो वो जाते हैं ना जो खड़े थे I'll have a Mac chicken. Okay, do you have that? Do you have this one with cheese? Oh no,
कुछ
actually no. I'm
spicy
thinking
में है आपके पास?
maybe wow. What about the meal? Okay, this is included. वो करते हैं ना लोग कि यार जो तेरे पास इतनी लंबी लाइन थी उधर लिखा हुआ है क्या अवेलेबल है इधर बना ना अपना ऑर्डर अपने
छह
दिमाग
चीजें
में
देते हैं वो लोग. 6 चीजें. 6 different workers. Make up your damn mind.
नहीं उधर जाके ओ दिस इज चिकन हाँ इट्स रिटन मेक चिकन इट कांट बी एनीथिंग एल्स
I have stood behind a person who wasted at least 6 minutes just going ये हैप्पी मील के साथ कौन सा टॉय आ रहा है
टॉय हाँ
and then
अरे.
they have showed him this one. नहीं दूसरा वाला
That I understand because that guy is probably facing torture from his child who wants that specific toy with the Happy Meal.
Sure.
Bro,
So
I have once been behind a dude.
I empathize. I empathize with that
I
father.
have once been with a guy who said मुझे वैल्यू मील चाहिए लेकिन हैप्पी मील के टॉय के साथ. So the guy is like sir हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. अरे करना क्या है
because
टॉय
बच्चे
को
को
हैप्पी मील से
because बच्चे को खिलौना चाहिए और बाप को खाना चाहिए. And बाप को बच्चे का खाना नहीं खाने का.
So yeah, so I also feel, by the way, the employee who has recognized him, right? उसका थोड़ा तो फटा रहेगा यार in the beginning की they must have checked his order की ये जो बोला है वो वही मैं बता रही हूँ. नहीं तो फिर गन निकाल के this capitalism.
This McDonald's they charge you $8.20 for this but they don't even give cheese. Dish. Sir, why do you kill him? He was on minimum wage, sir. What? Oh shit, sorry, my bad. Where is Ronald? Sir, he's a fictitious person. Mangione अभी तो किसी को भी गोली मार थोड़ी सकता है. तू गलत आदमी को गोली मारा है. कैपिटलिज्म के खिलाफ है तू. But so his manifesto. Did you guys manage to read that?
Yeah.
His manifesto.
It's 262 words.
Bullet points पड़ेगी नहीं उसके.
Yeah, but it's 262 words. It is an essay. It is an essay. The whole thing is a bullet point. The thing is, it's 262 words is what you write. जब तुम इंग्लिश का पेपर लिख रहे होते हो और लास्ट का एक 10 मार्क का ऐसे बच गया है तो तुम जल्दी से वो जो लास्ट 5 मिनट में लिखते हो ना that's 262 words.
No, so people are saying, so in this thing, right? He has said, amongst the many other things he has said, one of the things he said, by the way, I want to confess to this thing because, I respect the work that law enforcement does and I don't want to trouble you guys more. So there's a section of society, small or large, I don't know, but there's a section of society that believes that the cops planted this shit on him. And
he also said it. He said it.
And they say
he said it also.
They say that they did this because you've committed this crime, you've seemingly gotten away with it, then you walked into a McDonald's with a manifesto and a gun, which are things like people walk into McDonald's with a gun, but a manifesto.
Have they found the gun on him? Did they find the
They
gun? Because I
they
think they're
found the
still
gun
looking
on
for the
him
gun.
at McDonald's. No, they found it at
At McDonald's. Not just
So,
that, bro. They found his fingerprints on a protein bar and a drink bottle near the scene of the crime. Bullet casings. उसपे भी उसका मिला. There was another near Starbucks. He had left something. वो भी prints match हुए. तो they
But
have enough tying him.
Starbucks के cup पे, I don't believe. I think the name, it can't be that his name is spelled correctly. That is a plant. If Starbucks के cup पे उसका नाम correct है, that has been planted.
you know what why people are saying is planted? They're saying the reason it's planted is because the only time a criminal praises the cops is when the cops write it themselves. So, so they caught him, and after that, what has happened is, बहुत funny चीज हुआ है उसके बाद. Okay, funny in the sense कि it's absurd. All of this is absurd, which is what is so crazy about it and hilarious from an angle. So after that, mugshot after mugshot has arrived of Luigi Mangione. Like to the point where you can almost believe कि ये जो पुलिस के जेल में मैंजोनी को रखा है ना, उसका फोटोग्राफर विरल भयानी है.
सब कुछ है भाई.
Bro, one mugshot after another, and in each of them, this dude is just smoldering into the camera.
Yeah. Next thing you know, international apparel brand signs Luigi
Bro,
Mangione as their
they have
brand
already
ambassador.
casted for the supposed movie. That's because it's already playing like a movie. He is सब कुछ है, and pending how the case pans out, the trial pans out, जो भी है, इसको फंसता है, निकलता है, जो भी होता है, पूरा पिक्चर रेडी है. सॉर्किन ऑलरेडी आधा लिख दिया है. ठीक है, वो इंटरवल पॉइंट पे अभी सिर्फ कोर्ट प्रोसीडिंग के लिए रुका है. They have casted in their head Dave Franco, because if you look at him, he looks very similar. Dave Franco है ना?
Yeah.
James Franco, Dave Franco, whichever.
No, Dave Franco. This guy looks like Dave Franco. Actually, if you think about it.
So they have casted him. One of the earlier casting was they should get Anne Hathaway to play him.
Because of the smile. The smile was very
because of the smile.
Oh God.
Dude, so here's the thing, right? Aadar, just show that picture again. Okay, if you see this picture, right, and this is one of the most widely circulated pictures of this guy, where he's wearing a backpack shirtless, right, or abs, body banela hai, right, a smiling, handsome dude, and it really tells you also, like if you were in doubt whether pretty privilege is a thing, this dude's trajectory with the media is it.
Right?
Yeah. The amount of people who support him क्योंकि अरे handsome है यार.
Handsome man.
So there are people I've seen who have supported, like just gone like, oh, he looks cute. Okay, somebody has tweeted this out, and then and these are celebrities and stuff. So news outlets have picked this shit up. Now the celebrities are backtracking. Hey, it was just one tweet that, but you tweeted about a murderer within the first 48 hours of this guy committing a murder and being caught. So maybe don't be like, oh, you write the thing and then be like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean it. It's like, you don't write it then, na?
No, people have just outright, like, celebrities to एक strata of society, and therefore like they have more responsibility, but like the aam जनता is just like, अरे hot guy यार. Why? So what if he did one murder? It's okay. Hot guy is allowed one murder. One murder is fine. Just let it
Bro, they are suddenly open to listening to his actual motive. And if you think about it, he was doing it for the betterment of the people. And like he's taking a stand.
मुझे भी है यार, पीट का
दर्द. It's like a fuck you to the, because America ka healthcare is one of the worst and the most expensive.
Did you say healthcare? Did you say that?
Healthcare.
No. Did you make the healthcare pun? No?
No. But I will now. Healthcare. They have the worst in the world and the most expensive. So a lot of people are suddenly like, "Nahi, but look at him. He's actually making people talk about it." And because they found a spiral notebook also. उसमें उसने लिखा है that what's the best thing to do? Shoot the prey at their annual bean counting convention. That way, there's less risk to innocent lives. ये सब लिखा हुआ है उसने apparently in the book that they found in his backpack. To a point where, look at the public outpour of sympathy. People have gone now to the McDonald's where he got caught, and Yelp reviews में 1-star review की बौछार कर दी यार. Yelp review और the लिखा है, the staff here, they are rats, they are snitches. गूगल ने रिव्यूज बंद कर दिए वो वाले
Wow.
मैकडोनल्ड्स के, दैट स्पेसिफिक आउटलेट के, इतना सब हो गया.
It is
देन आई सॉ
absurd.
CNN वीडियो वेयर दे वर लाइक वॉक्स पॉप्स कर रहे थे, पब्लिक से पूछ रहे थे. एक आदमी आया, व्हाट एम आई गोना डू नाउ, gotta stop eating McDonald's is all, Burger King.
Oh,
Bro, so
वो उधर चलने लगे.
here's the other thing. I really feel like social media has been around. Things have happened on social media, but I feel like this particular case it feels to me like the most heightened version of what would happen when murder meets meme culture.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
nobody is serious about this.
Dude,
Nobody is
merch
taking it.
has gone live. His merch has
merch,
gone live.
merch.
उसको चे गोएरा वैसा बना रहे टी-शर्ट
Meaning,
पे, वो सब
honestly,
बेच रहे लोग.
the reaction to this dude is almost identical to the reaction that people had to the Hawk Tua girl. Like,
Yeah.
same, like they're just a different meme, a different version of what
There will be a Luigi coin that will come out at some
Luigi
point.
coin
I
will
would I
come.
would discourage you from investing in Luigi coin if it does
Bro,
come out
Poly
at some
Market
point.
has started putting bets on whether he'll plead guilty or not.
Luigi,
Okay,
Poly
I'll
Market
tell
है
you
ना उन
one
लोग
thing
का जो
about I'll tell
betting.
you about the conviction. Why I feel this guy will get convicted just based on one statement from his lawyer. His lawyer is this guy called Thomas Dickey, and they were interviewing the lawyer, and the lawyer just looks at the camera and goes, "So we have a date at some point. I don't remember what exactly happened in there." And this is a lawyer giving an interview about what just happened in the courtroom 5 minutes ago.
bro,
As Luigi hears his lawyer, he starts 3D printing another gun. कि भाई ये देख, this lawyer system in America is actually not
Corruption.
really working well. क्या बोला तूने? नहीं मैं नहीं रहा.
bro, also like the fact that the CEOs in America, so what they did, right? So a lot of companies, they started taking down they used to have web pages with their top management
CEO's address.
Hmm.
photos and names and designation, right? They used to have the top management on their website. सबको निकाल दिया है, right? And other insurance companies के heads उन लोग बहुत सबकी फट गई because you like when the first news broke, you didn't know whether this was one guy or whether this was like one coordinated कि अब सबको निकाल दिया,
Ah.
right? So सब लोग like hunkered down, fuck, we don't know what's going to happen. But the crazy thing is, right, like you're right, there is a groundswell of people saying, look, he didn't do the right thing, but something needs to change,
Hmm.
right? And this guy is the absolute like lightning rod for everything that, at least, as horrible as it was, ये कुछ तो
Yeah.
this is basically रंग दे बसंत.
Yeah, रंग दे बसंत ही है,
This is
bro.
रंग दे
Yeah.
बसंत, right? So like except he didn't hold a radio station hostage and then go out in a blaze of glory. Like
Though
apart from that,
his family does own a radio station. That's also one of the things that they own.
then
मुझे रंग दे लुईजी, लुईजी,
By the
लुई
way,
लुई 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 बजी हुई, लुई लुई
Luigi
लुई
has
लुई.
been Luigi has been temporarily suspended from Mario Kart. You cannot use the
wow.
character for a while. This
और
is
they'll change and suddenly Luigi in Mario has a gun and you're like, but ये थोड़ा अलग लग रहा है, मशरूम पे जम मार रहा था, अभी गन.
अरे ये क्या
क्या?
है?
Bro, there was one other thing, which
Hmm.
was so there was a interview, I forget which channel, maybe CNN, but there was an interview that was going on where one of the reporters was standing outside the prison in which Luigi was there, okay, in which Luigi is housed. And the prisoners who were inside this prison, they looked through the bars and they saw that there's a reporter there with a camera which was being filmed. So ye log coordinated, okay, and they started shouting, "Free Luigi!"
Oh,
The prisoners inside. And they were like, Luigi's conditions are not good. Fix
ah,
it. Yes, sir.
I've got shit here. So they
Oh,
started finding jail food. So everybody's now the jail food has gotten published. I don't know
bro,
how this Viral
wait,
Bihani shit is happening,
Adar,
huh?
here's what has happened. So this feed was going live on air. Okay, so the anchor who's sitting in the studio has gone, are those the prisoners who are shouting? So the reporter's like, yeah. So then the anchor goes, okay, so then ask them, does Luigi have a TV on which he can watch this right now? So this reporter has shouted at a prison saying, "Does Luigi have a TV?" And they've shouted back, "No!"
Oh, fuck. क्या
तो
किया
ऐसे
है?
exchange में now they have started publishing the conditions in the jail are very bad. इसको निकालो वहां से. जेल का खाना बहुत गंदा है. And I'm going to tell you
अबे
the jail का menu that has been published, by the way. The jail menu has been breakfast, fruit, grits, bread, eggs, and coffee. Lunch, porcupine meatballs, which I
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck that is.
it's a
Porcupine
joke.
meatballs, potato, bread, and fruit. Dinner, mac and cheese, bean casserole, tomatoes, and broccoli.
Why do we know this? Why does
I
anyone
don't know
know?
why we know this and why this has been published.
But
And
this
what
is
the fuck is porcupine balls?
meatballs.
Porcupine meatball.
But
Porcupine की मीट का मीट बॉल बना रहे.
I don't
Ew.
know. I think it's just meatballs that kind of resemble porcupine. I don't know.
by the way, one other thing that happened, which was very interesting, is again to bring it back to that point of this is the first social media murder, or not first, but like it's the most like memed murder that has happened. So people started because this guy was, this crime has happened in 2024, and this guy is 26 years old, which means that this man was a denizen of the internet. He was, as Varun Thakur hates it, he was a netizen.
Netizen.
Hmm.
Now, what does that mean for what all of this is? It means that for the first time you have a peek into the internet habits of a murderer, right? And people have like combed through it. They've like with a like just they've gone to his Instagram and they've taken like videos and they've taken like basically this is what his feed was like. This is what he was tweeting. This is what he was reading. He has left letterboxed reviews for movies. He has
Yeah.
he has left क्या बोलते हैं, Goodreads reviews for books that he has read. You can
Yeah.
see his
Like he's I think he left a review, a quote from the manifesto of the Unabomber.
yeah.
So that
Unabomber.
has gotten
Robert
published.
Kaczynski. Robert
Yes.
Kaczynski. Yeah.
Like the fact that all of this is out there, right? Like we now have like detailed information key at this day at this time he felt this that he tweeted out, right? And it's all this fucking crap and all like his follower count has increased because the morbid curiosity that we have with like true
Bro, he
crime.
had 64 followers on Twitter. 64.
Yeah.
Before any of this blew up. And now he's got some 100K plus.
Yeah, it's a very fascinating
फिर भी ब्रांड डील मिलना तो मुश्किल होगा, I feel.
Brand deal.
अरे तू रुक तू रुक. He will
अरे
eventually,
engagement होना चाहिए ना. You have to put up like
Aadar, you know what's
content.
going to happen?
हाँ.
He's eventually going to fight Jake Paul. That's
अरे भाई.
what's going
So
to happen.
for a presidential pardon, that's what he has to fight Jake Paul for a
gonna
presidential
fight-
pardon.
He's definitely not getting a presidential pardon. वो तो नहीं हो रहा है भाई.
So yeah, it's the most commercial, memed, ridiculous, absurd thing that is, and it's still going on. So what more will come out is just going to be, it's going to be nuts.
It's going to be nuts. And you were so right that this is that new age social media time ka murder that's caught the fancy of the world. Every single person is talking about it. There is memes, there's merch, there's and when you look at the earlier ones that had happened, they find like notoriety much later, or a lot of it gets shrouded. Like for example, Rasputin, right? Rasputin के assassination के पीछे the folklore that exists that gave him that. Imagine if you had Rasputin in today's times. हट जाती.
See, so the thing is like I kind of disagree on this game. It's not like my favorite assassin, no? Assassination. My favorite assassination. My favorite assassination has to be Julius Caesar. It has to be because it's just like it's the most. It gave us one line that I still say to my friends, which is "Et tu brute," and it's just.
Why did you make it
पंजाबी निकल जाता है पता नहीं क्यों है तो ब्रुटे. And I think before that assassination people didn't know that you could stab friends in the back. सब लोग आगे ऐसे करने गए, अरे पीछे से भी मार सकते चाकू, तो ऐसे पीछे से घोप रहे पब्लिक बाद में उसके बाद. So it was opening like, and then the amount of literature that it inspired, Shakespeare, and it's just there's so much that came out of that assassination.
Bro, in fact, if you Brutus wala jo scene tha na, it was the people around then at that time had scribbled on his wall. Okay, but because he comes from a house that is known to keep their honor and everything in the fate of something going wrong, you have to stand up and do the right thing. Just like your ancestors did years ago, like centuries ago. That's how they got him to come out and actually stab his own friend. वो करने नहीं
Yeah.
वाला था, उसके वॉल्स पे इंस्क्राइब किया कि
This
तू
is
करेगा क्या,
that
क्या
is a
तू
very
ब्रूटस लोग का नाम
That
रोशन
was
करेगा.
their WhatsApp message. दीवार पे लेके जा रहे public.
no, but this is so true. There was did you hear this in a podcast, Thakur?
Most of the things I say I hear in podcasts,
I
which
think
is
this is
or a shorts or
He's-
Most
YouTube
of the
shorts
things,
of the
most of the
podcast.
things I say are things I've heard in this podcast. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but you're right. The Julius Caesar assassination. Like, firstly, the whole, like, one of the reasons why this case has become so big, right, is because, like, people are torn, and this is very interesting. People are torn whether this is a murder or an assassination.
Hmm.
Okay, a murder is apolitical, largely. It's personal or it's whatever, right? An assassination has a greater political angle to it. Like, you're doing it for a very political reason, right? And people can agree or disagree with that political reason, right? So
yeah, so this is being charged as a murder in the second degree.
Second degree. Yeah.
So first degree murder, arey yaar, by the way, it's just balloons coming up is the wrong thing for. First degree apparently is for like people who are working for the government, and so like police officers, things like that. So that's what they call a first degree murder. And then second degree, so it's just as like the punishment is still a life sentence. It's just there's this distinction between that. So yeah, I understand that assassination would be something that has political ramifications.
yeah, no, so
Which is like,
which is why people are so torn, right? Like, you like, you find this weird support for it because people don't think of the person who has died. You rather just think of how this represents a solution to your problems, right? Ki like, oh, इससे मेरा भला हो जाएगा तो ठीक है, right? So there's that whole thing going on where you have all of these people online kind of like supporting the idea, but forgetting about where it's coming from, right? So that is one full, like, and you can feed off of this thing forever, right? Like, this sort of like this narrative.
Yeah, because as time passes, the urban legends start, no? People start trying to find patterns between things that have happened.
You wait and watch. Look at the conspiracy theories that are going to come out. अभी तक इतने आए नहीं है, but अभी आना चालू हो जाएगा.
आना चालू हो
एक कैनेडी का जब मर्डर हुआ था, उसके बाद से इतने 50 करोड़ तेरे
I
पास
have one
पड़े.
which will blow your mind. So,
क्या?
do
The
you
second
know?
bullet.
Nay, do you know about the similarities between the Lincoln
Yes.
and the Kennedy assassination?
But worth reading out.
Yeah. So, Lincoln and Kennedy both have 7 letters. Both presidents were elected to
Hala for a
Congress
reason.
in So both were elected to Congress in 1846 and later to 1846, 1946, and then became the president in 1860, 1960. So I'm just going to go 46, 46, 60 now. Both assassins, John
Had 3
Wilkes
names.
Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, both had three names, and both were born in 39.
अरे बाप रे.
So
1839,
Booth,
1939.
yes. Now Booth, who murdered Lincoln, ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse. But Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater.
अरे
Both the assassins were Southerners.
अरे
Both the presidents were succeeded by Democrats named Johnson
अरे
with
बाप
6 letters in their first name
अरे बाप.
and born in 08, 1808 and 1908.
Oh,
Confirm. What is the difference
Bhai.
between Golmaal and Golmaal again?
भाई एक पॉइंट पे था कि one guy was in Maryland and the other guy so Lincoln was in Maryland one day before and JFK was with Marilyn Monroe one day before.
अरे
ऐसा भी next
अरे
level.
अरे
Bye.
जो चाचा है वही भतीजा है, जो भतीजा है
जो
वही
भतीजा है
चाचा
वही
है।
तो चाचा है.
ऐसे कोई सेपरेट चाचा ही नहीं है।
but yeah, I mean, just crazy. It is one of the most truly absurd things. And there's another thing about this. There were some tweets that people found about this guy, okay, online, which they didn't agree with. तो एक किसी ने बहुत फनी डाला था कि beloved murderer gets cancelled because of past tweets.
Oh fuck. मतलब, just the sentence, if we could just pause and wait. Beloved murderer
Yeah.
gets cancelled.
No, and if you notice, right, bro, look at when it comes to America, they will publicize, market, and monetize the fuck
Anything.
out of anything. एनीथिंग। मैं जब डैलिस गया था ब्रो, उधर बकायदा मैं उसके इस पे गया, पूरा कैनेडी का ड्राइव। सो दे डू, इट्स अ पेड
Yeah.
activity that you can do where
And
they
if
take
you
you
pay
on,
extra
along
money,
the,
they'll shoot you in the head.
they'll shoot
नहीं
they'll shoot
जैसे
you,
अरे डक डक एंड ऐसे आवाज आता है तेरे सर के ऊपर से. Oh shit.
and then they'll make a Zapruder film out of you which you'll be remembered by. So they will properly monetize the fuck out of you. तू देख अभी क्या क्या निकलता है।
No, but
देख,
can you imagine?
Netflix has
Richer.
already started shooting the documentary.
Can you imagine the
Yeah.
board meetings that are going on right now in America? Where
Guys,
CEOs are like, I feel like I don't want to take this decision because I don't know what will happen at 6:30 in the morning when I go down from my work. Cough.
Crazy, bro.
dude.
Insane. All right. On that note, that's the end of this episode of the Internet Set. So we were telling you guys all the new personal stories that have happened to happen to us, and we were talking about Luigi Mangione. So we'll figure out and see where that case goes, what happens. And there's also a huge amount of other assassinations and stuff we want to talk about. But आज का episode हो गया बहुत ही लंबा, तो इसको करेंगे assassinations episode करके एक separate section में।
I
बढ़िया।
hope I hope that Luigi Mangione, when he takes the stand, pleads, क्या दिक्कत है भाई? क्या दिक्कत है?
वापस
क्या
चला जाता.
मार तो दिया है ना, वापस जाता
हाँ.
हूँ मैं। क्या दिक्कत है भाई, क्या दिक्कत है। Anyway, on that note, that's the end of this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Tickets to all our shows are there. बहुत थोड़े बचे हैं, गुड़गांव बचा है और बॉम्बे का फर्स्ट शो बचा है। प्लीज ले लो, खत्म कर दो, सो पूरा टूर सोल्ड आउट हो जाएगा। And we can't wait to come and perform Ma Kasam in your city. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week. Until then, it's goodbye. Take care. Tata. Salamesh. मुझे रंग दे लुईजी, लुईजी रंग दे लुईजी, मंजियोने 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 मंजियोने
Mangione.
हाय हाय।